the best way to do this is, first of all, teaching the children leadership. Teaching the children leadership with a heart to serve, not just leadership, with a heart to serve. And a lot of private schools are already doing this. For example, the private school I run, we are teaching the children leadership, and we asked them, okay, how can you impact the community? And they came up with a project to empower 25 vulnerable women within the community on soap making skills and food, baking of making akara and some snacks. And the children fundraised themselves. The women were here last week, and on the 17th, the children are going to, actually empower these women themselves. What are we trying to do? We are creating leaders with a heart to serve. So I would say every school can actually teach their children how to give by creating programs that allows this. Creating leadership programs. I know that we have a lot of leadership programs in a lot of schools. Community service should be injected in all school programs, because when the children start doing community service, they will know that we have people. They should be able to help people. They'll be taught empathy. The problem we have in Nigeria today are leaders without the heart to serve, without a heart for the poor, without a heart for the people. So if we can, create a new generation of youth that have leadership skills with the heart to serve and not themselves. They think of others and not themselves. And as I've said earlier, the best way to do this is to first of all put this in the school programs. Like all schools that I've worked in, we've ensured that we put that in the school plan. So the children, they sit with the local community leaders and look at the problem of that community and try to fix it together with the leaders. So I will encourage us all to do this. As I said earlier, I went to a public school and they gave me so much. And by the time I entered university, I was even better than a lot of children, a lot of undergraduates that came from the private sector, because the government of the day then, they were very serious. So I will also say that also gave me a leverage to want to give, because my school taught me that. The public school I went to taught me giving. And today I am happy to be a giver. And many of my set, we are all older now. Many of us are over 50 and under 50. In their own space, they are also giving because of the kind of education we are giving. So I will encourage children should be taught not only to receive, but to give back. Children should be taught when they see someone in need, they can, find out the issue as a body, as a school community, and try to help. One of the schools I was in that I headed in the southwest in Nigeria there, Osun State, they brought in a community, in short, it is a yearly plan for all year levels. The year 7, they go to the community schools during Easter break, and they teach the children in those community schools. The year 10 are told to sit with the community leaders, find out the problems and solve it. But 2 years ago, they discovered that water was a problem in that community. And these children fundraised and set up 5 boreholes in that community. Today, the community, they have water, organized, donated by children. Tell me those kind of children, by the time they grow older, they're already used to giving. Giving is part of their life. They'll be able to give to their community and look forward to giving to their community always. So let us have this incorporated in our educational system, in our schools, children having the heart to serve, and not just children, The Nigerian society, the Nigerian people should have that community service at the back of their minds. We have a lot of organizations. Very few they have CSR, genuine CSR that they do out there. So the government, the organizations should be able to help local communities that they are situated in. The people, every one of us should rise up, and I don't believe in complaining. Yes, the educational system seems falling. I decided to do something about it, and that's why I founded my NGO. Not all of us might have a proper NGO structure, but all of us as Nigerians can wake up and say, how can I help? The government truly can't do everything. That is the honest truth. They can't do everything. Every one of us should have the hearts to give back to the community. Let's start from our different communities. Get our youth in our communities involved in giving and not waiting for government to come and give them something. The era of waiting, let's collect should end. What can we give? If everyone can come up with an idea, let's give this, let's give that, I can assure you Nigeria will be a better place. Even our youth will not be unemployed. I tell people the easiest way to have jobs, the easiest way to make impact, the easiest way to make it to be successful is to give. Is to give. Volunteer to, in your community. Volunteer to help people, to help the situation in that community. We're talking about education today. Groups can come together and say, okay, what is the problem? Let us solve it. So I think as a country, a state, a community, every one of us should imbibe the act of giving back to our communities. It is the willpower of the government to sit down to develop a curriculum to be able to solve our problems. As I tell you, as I speak, our curriculum enables us only to read and write and not to think. And if you cannot think, you cannot solve problems. If you cannot think, you cannot make decisions. So I think solving that is key. And two, planning is a major issue because the kind of education we have does not even equip us to plan. So you see that even from the government level to the local level to the homes, people don't plan. In developed world, they have 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 30-year plans, and they follow through. So it starts again from the leadership of the country. If we, as a leader, as a country, we should have, what is the plan for Nigeria? What is the plan for the educational sector? What is the plan for the medical sector? We should be very strategic and purposive in whatever we do, but that is not what we are, because the kind of leaders that we have, we're not even trained, they're not equipped. We're not equipped to do this. However, we can change the narrative. First of all, we make our curriculum to be able to equip our learners to be problem solvers, to be very good decision makers, and to be critical thinkers. Starting point, which I've mentioned earlier. Two, we need to educate everybody in Nigeria, not just even the children, every sector. Okay, the parents, for example, now. There is so much of corruption in the educational system because of parents. Imagine a child is groomed to write entrance exam, and the parents, they go to the entrance exam venue with the children and are ready to cheat for the children to be in top schools. What are you teaching that child as a parent? You now get into secondary school. The parents, they pay for special centers so that these children can go and all have A1s they can't defend. What kind of educational system are you breeding? What kind of youth do you intend to breed? They're not getting to the universities. These same parents give the children money to bribe lecturers. They come out with first class. First class they cannot defend. What kind of youth have you produced? So definitely you have youth that will come out and can't deliver. we brought up the 633 form of education. It was a fantastic model where in JS3, children that are not very strong in academics can learn vocational skills. We all killed that system because not everyone is wired for the book thing. Some children are good in sports, some are good with their hands. But parents said, oh, how can my child go to vocational school? And they killed that system. So the parents need to be educated. The youth, their minds need to be reprogrammed. The youth that we have today believe in quick money, quick everything. Because the parents have allowed them to think quick. The educational system has allowed them to think quick, and they are not ready to work hard. Now, hard work is now, can I say, hard work is a thing of the past. When I was in school, I worked hard. In short, my father ensured that I read. And the grades I had were the grades I actually had. I read. Today, how many are ready to sit down to read? You go to jam centers, the parents are the one paying money for them to pass for the jam questions and the answers. Who does that and want the country to move? So there's so much of decay everywhere, so much of decay. And if we don't address this, from the parents, from the government, from all space, this will not work. So I would say the problem, the educational challenge we have in Nigeria, every one of us must be ready to solve it. It is beyond the government. The parents should be ready. The schools should be ready. Every sector should be ready. The thinking of our mind, we should begin to re-educate ourselves. Re-educate our thinking. So the curriculum, true, yes, we have to work on that. Again, morals must come into play. We must have integrity. We must be ready to work hard. We must learn patience. We must teach the children patience. If we don't do this as a country, we might not move forward. We might not move far. Children should be allowed to be themselves. Those that can't go to normal grammar school, they go colleges and be who they want to be. So far, they have the basic education. They should go to technical colleges and let their ability that God has given them, be released and be functional. So I still insist we can have this if we have the willpower. We can make this happen if we have the willpower. We don't have to bring out graduates that can't think. Anyone that can't think can produce. And we don't have to bring people that are not proud of themselves. Everybody likes UK, ready-made thing, UK, Canada. If these people did not take time to build their curriculum, train their teachers, go to Canada. The teachers are very equipped. In short, people want to be teacher. In Nigeria, how many wants to be teacher? In short, the teaching profession are for those that did not have their first choice. And they just, many of them are accidental teachers. So they're not even passionate. Imagine you're doing something you're not passionate about. You just want to collect the money. I don't want headache. And this child is not learning. I beg, let them pay my salary and let me go. The passion is not there.